What's up, everybody? This is Her to You, and welcome to Wednesday's Random. And let's see, the randomness of today is sleeping with the enemy. So, I came across this topic because I have been avoiding, honestly, the Erica and Safaree drama or saga or whatever, because not that I really didn't care for it, but I assumed like it was just like a storyline, and I didn't really give it a lot. Like, to be just straight honest, I didn't really, Erica Mena, like, if you've been a fan of reality show, she's like, that's what she gives, drama. So I didn't take it for anything. And so then one day I'm scrolling on Facebook, and I don't know how I stumbled on the video. Like, I think I clicked another video. Y'all know how it goes, how you get warped into social media. And I get to a video that I actually posted a day before, and so if you haven't seen that, you can go to the previous post on IG and see it, where Bambi kind of had to get involved and like get in the conversation between him and Scrappy and let him know, like, yo, she's at the hospital, this is what's happening, whatever. And then when she came home, to see her like come home like by herself from the hospital after going through all of this, and then hearing how, oh, and then even before then, how he's like, well, what am I gonna do, or what am I gonna do? And then hearing Erica, like, he just came up here for like 5 minutes and 10 minutes. And then, just kind of watching those scenes, watching those snippet of the scenes. Like, I know I'm not getting a full picture, but really, like, especially with seeing how he came to the hospital, how she had mentioned that he came to the hospital for like 5-10 minutes and would come back, and basically not there to really comfort her or let her know like it would be okay, that is what like triggered me, like immediately. Like, it just flooded me with memories of like my daughter's dad, and I'm like, yo, ever since I've started Wednesday Random, I before I started, I was very nervous, like, what topics am I gonna get? But things seem to just keep coming, just like this. Things keep coming, and they're relating to my life and my healing process, and in things that I buried and things that I need to come up. And this came up with my daughter's dad, and um and it hurt my feelings, and I felt so bad. Like, I felt bad for me prejudging Erica, and I just felt for her because I just sympathize with everything that she's going through. Like, that feeling, that loneliness, like being pregnant, is supposed to, I guess, be the best time of a woman's life, and a man is supposed to take care of her and make sure everybody around a pregnant woman I've seen, just make sure she's okay, make sure she's good, especially the man in her life, right? And I didn't experience that. Like, I experienced the loneliness of a pregnancy while living with my daughter's dad, and just that selfishness, and then that just complete just disregard for how you feel, or you even being pregnant. Like, I felt that, and I know what that's like, and watching that immediately trigger those feelings and those emotions. And I just was like, oh my God, I just felt for her, because I was like, I don't know if my pregnancy would have been on display, it would be, to me, it would be worse than Rashida, Princess, you know what I'm saying, in close to Erica. Really, that's where it would have been as far as the level of disrespect, you know what I'm saying? So, because just like, what appeared to be her and Safaree, me and my daughter's dad, we were like best friends. We was cool. Literally, we were great. Nothing happened other than the fact that I got pregnant. Shame on me. Like, what was I thinking? I got pregnant, and literally from the time I said I was pregnant the day I said I was pregnant, boom, life changed. I'm no longer the homegirl. I'm no longer the best friend. I am somebody that set him up, okay, with a child. That's ridiculous. And that's how it came off. And I remember when I was like, and I had a high, and I can't even think of the word right now, but oh my God, a high risk pregnancy. So I had a high risk pregnancy. Like I was sick 24/7. I was sick for 24/7. I had morning sickness, afternoon sickness. Like I was sick all the time. Like it was hard for me to take my my birth controls. I mean, not my birth controls, my prenatals, and anytime I had to go to the doctor's appointment, I would have to be there for a while because they would have to check me. Like, you're not getting this, you're not getting that. So, I mean, I was very nervous when I was pregnant because I'm like, oh, Jesus, please just let me have a full baby. You know what I'm saying? Let her have her toes. And at the time, I didn't know what I was having. But, you know what I'm saying? Let my child have 10 toes, 10 fingers, like functional, you know, because I wasn't able to give my child a lot of nutrients. And I, you know, was going through this by myself. And so it was like, she was like I keep saying she was like, I was like 5 months pregnant. And like, it was like a Thursday. And like the next day, this man was going out of town with his homeboy. Like, mind you, we were friends. Like, we were close. We were dope. We were really, really close. We told each other everything. And it was like I came home from work and he was like, oh yeah, tomorrow I'm going to Vegas with the homies, you know. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I can barely move. You know what I'm saying? And it was very like dismissive. Like, yeah, I'm still. And anytime like I question things, it was like I have to live my life. Like, you're pregnant. That's how I was made to feel. Like, you're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, this is my bed. I have to lie in it. So I tried, but it was heartbreaking. It was like heartbreaking at the same time. Like, so you're welcoming these kids, but then you're clearly losing something. And so I'm trying to hold on to this man. I'm trying to worry about my health and my baby and still like my mental, you know. And I was young. I got pregnant when I was 22. I had my daughter when I was 23. So, so when I had my daughter, and this is the crazy part, because the night I had my child, he was there. And so, and what's so crazy, like, he cried, right? He was crying like, oh, look, we had a baby. And I thought, like, okay, maybe him seeing her, like, he's gonna come around. Yeah, so I was up that first night after I had her, or morning, I don't remember what was going on. I was up all night with her. Like, and which explains so much. She was just so greedy. So, like, I was breastfeeding, like, almost all night, I felt like. So the next morning, I'm exhausted. So the next morning I get up and he just getting dressed. And I'm like, where are you going? And he's like, it's my day off. Like, I have to enjoy my day off. Literally, those are the words. It's my day off. I gotta enjoy my day off. So, all right. So, needless to say, I didn't see him again until the day I got out the hospital and he drove us home, right? And so, and it's so funny because, like, I was having family and friends come, and, you know, they're like, oh, where's, you know, because he portrays that, like, oh, I'm telling you, he's gonna portray like everything's good and great, like, oh, he's supportive and everything, but I'm like, I was living hell. So he comes and gets me, well, pretty much, he comes to get me and the baby. We go home, and it was daytime. So we go home And I just had a whole baby. And so the first day I get home, you know, family wants to come over. Like my sister came over and she kind of stayed a while. And then I'm like, okay, I'm exhausted. So I go to sleep and he's home. So he's with the baby. I go home. I go to bed. Y'all wake up in the middle of the night. It's pitch black. The baby's crying. I'm so delirious. I'm like, where is this child? I don't know what's going on. So finally, once I get my bearings, and I'm like, he's nowhere in sight. And this baby, like, of course, boom, I'm a mom. I have to get it pushing. But I'm calling him like, what's going on? Y'all, he answered the phone. There's music in the background. I'm like, what are you doing? Where are you at? You're like, oh, you know, I'm just celebrating. You know, me and the boys are celebrating. You know, me being a father. I need to be there. You need to come home. I need to go over there. You know what I'm saying? They need to be celebrating me, sir. You haven't done anything. You left me at the hospital, and now you're trying to show off. Oh my God! Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? So, and there is just so many stories. Oh my God, so many stories. And looking at Erica, looking at what's happening, I know that pain. I know that real pain, that real raw pain that you know, because of that, you just kind of got to sit in, because you like, this is what I kind of did to myself. And then it's hard for you, because especially when you're pregnant, you're like, I can't do anything really until I have my child. Like, you can make certain moves, but really you can't do anything until you have that child. And so, needless to say, like, my daughter was 6 months when me and her father split up. And it was, I knew what it was at the time. Like, I knew I had to go, so I had to make moves. And she was 6 months, and I made my way out. But, you know, for Erica, it might not change. It may not change. Like, you have to learn how to just do this by yourself, if that's what it has to be. Like, because I can tell you right now, I had a conversation, you know, with her father a couple years ago, and he thanked me for raising his child. She was 11. She's a teenage. She's early teens now. The way he thanked me for raising his child, y'all, it made me feel like my child was grown, graduated from college, working her own career, was married with kids, and he got one of the grandkids sitting on his lap, and he like, you know what, you did a good job. You know what, you did a good job raising my daughter. She was 11. And that gave me, even though I already had a wake-up call, but that gave me my wake-up call. I was like, oh yeah, expect nothing. You know, I pray for her. I pray for my daughter and her father, but it's a wrap. You know, and that's why, if no one would take any advice from me, please know who you having your kids with. Like, it be all fun and games and kiki, whatever, but take time to really know who you're having a child with. So anyways, because you could really be sleeping with the enemy. So, all right, y'all, that's it for Wednesday's Random. That's my take on sleeping with the enemy. I love how these things keep coming to me and bringing out what it needs to bring out. It's giving what it needs to give. And thank you guys for being part of my journey. So again, guys, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, comment, and share. Have a good one. Bye.